2/3 of the pubs in rural Kerry are still shut. Imagine that, 2/3 of the pubs in Kerry are still shut, and 2/3 of the pubs in Dublin are opened. So there's a big difference there. And all the pubs across Europe are opened. So I can't understand or what the public health service or what the government are thinking of is going to happen if they allow the pubs to open.
Okay, so you made the decision to reopen your personal pub. Maybe you could tell me a little bit about that and why you made that decision.
Well, I suppose we had been closed for almost 6 months. I have been in the pub since my father bought it back 50 years ago. So it was very important to me just to get the doors open again and to get to meet the customers that I had back over the years coming in and to get their stories and to get the social goings on around our parish. That was very important to me. I think they have to trust the publicans, as they always did, to manage good houses and to cater for every occasion and to obey whatever guidelines or rules they put in place. And we must remember that they have no guidelines or rules provided for what we call wet pubs yet. And today they're asking us to vote in some new powers, to give some new powers to the Minister for Health and to the Gardaí to deal with public houses that are not yet opened and that they don't have rules provided for or regulations. So they're putting the car before the horse, and that's hurting me because it's so sad to think that we're making that Darlene is giving powers here are providing or enacting new legislation to deal with public houses that are still not yet open. It's absolutely ridiculous.
What do you think of the government's regulation to make pubs sell at least €9 worth of food? Do you think that there's any basis in that law particularly? Do you think that that is an important measure for helping COVID, or is it state overreach?
Well, that's one of the reasons that the government and the public health service are losing the goodwill of the ordinary people around the country. It's absolutely ridiculous to think, like I said here in the Dáil a number of months ago, it's absolutely ridiculous to think that the virus will know you're having a meal with your pint, or they will know if you're not having a meal. It will know you're not having a meal. It's absolutely ridiculous. It doesn't make one iota of sense in the world. And then you have, they were complaining about Killarney the other night. Half the pubs in Killarney are still shut, and if they were open, there would be no necessity for people to be on the street. They'd be inside some door. That's what people go to places like Killarney for, to get in and have a bit of a conversation. But to have that ruled out because they've half the places shut, and then to complicate the things further, places like Killarney have to accommodate people from rural Ireland who do come in maybe on a Saturday night and have this meal and they're cluttering up the place because they can't get in and just sit down and have a quiet drink somewhere. It's absolutely ridiculous what's going on, and that's why I believe that the ordinary people are losing confidence in the government that we have now, because they're not making sense, or common sense is not being shown by our ministers and by our government.